All right. Just want to as we begin this meeting, just want to let everybody know that it's very important for people on the Zoom line to mute their lines whenever they're not speaking. Zoom will pick up noises, and that will directly affect the ability for other people to hear. And so the meeting is being recorded as well. And so I'd like to call the meeting to order. And just to talk to the commissioners, during deliberation today, I will call on each commissioner by name during deliberation to speak. So please, if you want to, you can click the hand or on the Zoom, or to show that you need that you'd like to speak, or just raise your hand and I will call on you and we'll unmute you so that, or you can unmute yourself when I call on you, so that it's a nice orderly meeting today. And in addition, all votes today will be taken by roll call. Please make sure that your lines are muted again. And let's start off with the flag salute. Stephanie, could you lead us in the flag salute, since I believe you are in the boardroom?
Okay. Thank you, Wes. We will begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, can we just go around and have you introduce yourself and who you represent?
Jared Austin, parents.
Brent Walmsley, teachers.
Gail Garbolina Mojica, County Superintendents.
Esau Baruman, Charter Schools.
Mike Walsh, School Boards.
Erica Jones, Teachers.
Stephanie Farland, okay. State Superintendent of Public Instruction.
Hey, Stephanie, at this time, could you introduce any of your staff that's in the room that will be presenting today?
Yes, I'd love to. McKenna Huey will be presenting on items 1 and 2. Oh.
That was interesting, but it happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
This is kind of cool. Going to be one of our first times out using all of this, so hopefully everyone will have a little patience.
Outstanding. Hope patience with everyone. And so today, I just want to explain the order of events. The Advisory Commission of Charter Schools will be hearing 2 items. Item 1, a funding determination request from 66 non-classroom-based charter schools. And then item 2 is a funding determination request with reasonable basis mitigating circumstances from 26 charter schools. Now, for public comment, anyone who wishes to provide public comment about one or more of these items will have the opportunity to speak. Public comment will occur through a bridge line, which is you dialed 712-770-5007. Access code is 486134. Members of the public will have 1 minute to address the commission. Please respect this time limit. The operator will indicate to each caller when it is their turn to speak. The bridge line will open approximately 15 minutes before the beginning of public comment, and the dial-in information will be shared again at that time. We will notify listeners when they should begin calling if they wish to make public comment. Stephanie, do you have a charter school update for the commission?
Thanks, Wes. Just a short one. As you know, our new normal is here, and so the department, most of the folks here at the department are working from home. So I would just say that the update right now is everyone adjusting and figuring out how to communicate remotely. I'm proud to say that the Charter Schools Division is doing all of the work that we normally do, just in a different way. we'll keep doing it and keep plugging along and keep trying to find new ways to communicate with each other and getting our work done efficiently through this time period. That's about my update today, Wes. Thanks.
Hey, thank you very much. I think we all very much understand what you're going through. And so moving forward, I'm asking, we need to approve the meeting minutes from the February ACCS meeting. Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
I move approval.
Okay. Gail Garbalina moved approval. Is there a second?
I will second.
Mike Walsh seconded. Now we are going to do a roll call vote. Brent Wamsley,
I'm here.
do you vote yes or no on that
Yes,
motion?
sorry, yes, I will, yes.
Cameron Curry?
Oh, Cameron is off because he has to recuse himself from the first item, so he's just staying off until we get to the second item.
Oh, perfect. Erica Jones?
Yes.
Esau Berman?
Yes.
Gail Garbalina Mojica?
Yes.
Jared Austin?
Yes.
Mike Walsh?
Yes.
Stephanie Farland?
Yes.
And I vote yes. And now, so as we're moving on to item 1, we'd like to ask the public that if anyone wishing to make the public comment on item 1, they may call in at this time. And again, the number is 712-770-5007, access code 486134. Now, item 1 is a consideration of request for determination of funding as required for non-classroom-based charter schools pursuant to California Education Code, sections 47612.5 and 47634.2. The Associated California Code of Regulations, Title V. Okay, this is a funding determination for 66 independent charter schools. Just to make a note that Cameron Curry is recusing himself. And at this time, can CDE, will you present this item?
Yes, good morning, Chairman Severin, members of the Commission. My name is McKenna Huey, and I represent the Charter Schools Division. I will be presenting both items listed on today's meeting agenda. So just to reiterate what Commissioner Sever just stated, I would just like to share the different ways the public may provide public comment for items 1 and 2. There are 2 different ways to provide public comment for this meeting. The first being a call-in option, and users can dial the following phone number and follow the operator prompts. The phone number is 712-770-5007, and the access code is 486134. The public may also write in their comment by emailing the Charter Schools Division at charters@cde.ca.gov. And full details are available on the ACCS webpage, which is located at https://cde.ca.gov/498-327. So to jump right into item 1, this item consists of a funding determination request from 66 non-classroom-based charter schools. The spending percentages and funding time periods requested by these charter schools are provided in attachment 1 of this item. Based upon CDE staff's review, all charter schools listed in attachment 1 have met the 3 conditions required to be eligible for a determination of funding at 100%. So the 3 conditions for 100% funding or full funding are as follows. Spend a minimum of 40% of its revenues on instructional certificated salaries and benefits. Spend a minimum of 80% of its revenues on instruction and instruction-related services, and maintain a pupil-to-teacher ratio that does not exceed 25:1, or an equivalent pupil-to-teacher ratio of the largest unified school district in the county or counties in which the charter school operates. So regulations specify that an approved funding determination for a new non-classroom-based charter school shall be for 2 years. For an existing non-classroom-based charter school, regulations state that an approved funding determination shall be for a minimum of 2 years and a maximum of 5 years. The CDE typically proposes a funding determination period of 3 years for non-classroom-based charter schools that are seeking renewal of their funding determination for the first time. And these charter schools have typically been operative as a non-classroom-based charter school for less than 3 years. The CDE typically proposes a funding determination period of 4 years for non-classroom-based charter schools that have previously renewed their funding determinations. And these charter schools have typically been operative as a non-classroom-based charter school for more than 3 years. Education Code does state that a funding determination period of 5 years may be granted to charter schools that have achieved a rank of 6 or greater on the Academic Performance Index, or API. However, API is no longer used to measure performance. The CDE proposes to recommend that the State Board of Education approve all requests for determination of funding at 100% and for the time period specified in Attachment 1. Thank you for your consideration of this item, and I'm happy to answer any questions the Commission may have.
Hey, thank you so much. We appreciate your clear presentation. At this time, commissioners, I'll just start with Brent. Do you have any questions?
Not at this time.
Okay. Commissioner Erica, do you have any questions?
No.
Commissioner Gail Garbalina Mojica, do you have any questions?
I do not.
Okay. Commissioner Austin?
No questions. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Stephanie Farland, do you have any questions?
I do not, thank you.
Okay. And I don't either. I don't think I missed anybody.
Commissioner Walsh, I don't have any questions either.
Oh, sorry, Commissioner Walsh.
Commissioner Berruman doesn't have any questions either.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. All right, at this time, we would like to entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Jared Austin.
Wes, we have to take public comment.
Oh, so thank you very much. I'm sorry to miss that. Is there any public comment at this time, Jonathan?
Yes, we have one public comment.
Okay, outstanding. Okay, let's go ahead and hear that.
Good morning. It's Eric Premack with the Charter Schools Development Center. Hats off to CDE staff for pulling this meeting off, and thank them for their work on these determinations. I do have one suggestion, and that is that I would suggest that the length of these determinations all be made to a minimum of 4 years. What we're finding is that in the midst of the current crisis, that many of the schools are having to make expenditures this year and likely again next year that will essentially upend many of the underlying criteria here. And we believe that it would be appropriate to give longer consideration here under the circumstances. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you very much. And I think that's the end of public comment. Is there there's no one else, just to make sure?
No, there is not.
Outstanding. Okay.
Is someone speaking and we don't hear?
That's what it sounded like.
Maybe someone.
It sounded like Eric Premack, but I think he was finished. So, okay, let's move forward with commissioners with those public comments. Was there any other questions? Okay, seeing none, let's move forward with a motion to approve item 1, consideration of funding determination. And I think Jared Austin did a motion. And is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Gail seconds the motion. Okay, is there any other discussion at this time? Okay, seeing none, let's move ahead to a vote, a roll call vote. And we're voting to approve the consideration request for determination of funding. Brent Walmsley,
I vote yes.
Erica Jones,
Yes.
Issa Berman,
Yes.
Gail Garbalina Mojica,
Yes.
Jared Austin,
Yes.
Mike Walsh,
I vote yes.
Stephanie Farland,
Yes.
and I vote yes as well. Okay, we're going to move into item number 2.
Wes,
And at this, yes.
can we now have Jared recuse himself and Cameron will come online?
Perfect. Let's do that. And let's wait for Cameron to come online here. Cameron, are you back on?
Welcome to the party.
Okay. Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on to item number 2. At this time, just want to have the public, if you're wishing to make public comment on item number 2, you can call in at this time. Item number 2 is a consideration for request for determination of funding with reasonable basis mitigating circumstances as required for non-classroom-based charter schools pursuant to Education Code sections 47612.5 and 47634.2 and associated California Code of Regulations Title V. And at this time, CDE is going to be doing a presentation. And they come up at this time and do that presentation.
All right. Hello again. This is McKenna Huey. Just to reiterate the different methods individuals may provide a public comment, the public may either call or write in. And to call in, you can dial the following phone number and follow the operator prompts. Again, that phone number is 712-770-5007, and the access code is 486134. To write in, the public may email charters@cde.ca.gov. And again, full details are available on the ACCS webpage at https://cde.ca.gov/498-327. So as Commissioner Sever previously stated, item 2 consists of a non-classroom-based funding determination request with mitigating circumstances by 26 non-classroom-based charter schools. The spending percentages and funding time periods requested by the charter schools are detailed in attachment 1 of this item. Based upon CDE staff's review, all charter schools listed in attachment 1 have not met the 3 conditions required to be eligible for a determination of funding at 100%. And again, just to restate, those 3 conditions are as follows. Spend a minimum of 40% of its revenues on instructional certificated salaries and benefits. Spend a minimum of 80% of its revenues on instruction and instruction-related services. Maintain a pupil-to-teacher ratio that does not exceed 25:1 or an equivalent pupil-to-teacher ratio of the largest unified school district in the county or counties in which the charter school operates. Regulations permit this commission to find a reasonable basis or mitigating circumstance by which to make a recommendation other than one that results from the expenditure criteria that's specified. As such, if a charter school does not meet the designated spending criteria, the charter school can submit mitigating circumstances for consideration. Mitigating circumstances may include one-time expenses or unique or exceptional expenses. Without a reason of mitigating circumstance, the charter school's funding rate would be reduced from 100% to 85 or 70%, or may be denied at 0%. So regulations also specify that an approved funding determination for a new non-classroom-based charter school shall be for 2 years. For an existing non-classroom-based charter school, regulations state that an approved funding determination shall be for a minimum of 2 years and a maximum of 5 years. When considering funding determinations with mitigating circumstances, the CDE generally proposes a funding determination period of 2 fiscal years, regardless of the number of years the charter school has been in operation. The CDE has determined that the information submitted by the charter schools listed in this item supports their claim for mitigating circumstances. As such, the CDE proposes to recommend that the State Board of Education approve the mitigating circumstances requests and approve the determination of funding requests at 100% for 2 years for all charter schools indicated in Attachment 1. Thank you for your consideration of this item, and again, I am happy to answer any questions the Commission may have.
Wes, do you want to go to public comment?
Wes, you're on mute.
Thank you very much. All right. At this time, Jonathan, do we have any comment, public comment?
Yes, we have one public comment.
Good morning, Commissioners and CDE staff. My name is Miles Devston. I'm speaking in support of Da Vinci Rise, one of the listed schools. I just wanted to give a quick background to this particular school and just wanted to offer myself up if there were any questions on this particular school. Briefly, this is a school that has been founded to try to serve homeless students in the Los Angeles County area, and as part of that process received a very large private grant, multi-year private grant. And effectively, the school grew a little bit more slowly in this year, in the 18-19 kind of test year, than anticipated, and received, therefore, too much, so to speak, of this private grant. If you just excluded the surplus provided by this private grant, getting too much of this private grant, the school would have met all criteria comfortably. And so it's really just kind of an unusual circumstance in this case that prevented the school from obeying the regular criteria for funding determination, and just wanted to point that out. For instance, the school spent almost 100% of its public funds on certificated staff, for instance. So during this kind of startup time for this particular school, it's undergoing a lot of startup costs. There is no public charter school grant program that they were able to pursue, and therefore this private grant was able to provide that funding, but also messed with the normal criteria for obeying the non-classroom-based funding determination process.
Time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much for your comments. Are there any other public comments at this time?
No.
All right, let's go through the commissioners and ask if they have any questions. Stephanie, do you have any questions?
I do not, thank you.
Mike Walsh?
No questions.
Okay. Gil?
No, I do not.
Asa Berman?
No questions.
Okay. Erica Jones? Anything?
No questions.
Cameron Curry?
Good morning. Yeah, I have a question for the CDE staff. When you talk about the 2-year funding determination, what is that based on? Because I'm also looking through a lot of these operators who I know personally who've been doing independent study for more than 2 decades. And I know the success of their programs. I know that they've navigated this funding determination process for more than 20 years. And so I don't think we're actually, as a factor of this whole process, I don't think we're looking at the longevity or the success of the organization. So, and then you add to that the times we're currently living in and the challenges we all have. So I'm just asking about the 2-year process. What is that grounded in?
This is McKenna Huey from Charter Schools Division. So the recommendation for 2 years for mitigating circumstances, that is just CDE practice. Again, mitigating circumstances are, for one-time or exceptional circumstances. So,
okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Brent, do you have any questions?
I do not.
Okay. Thank you very much, commissioners. If there's no further discussion, I ask that we might entertain a motion at this time.
I'd like to make a motion that we actually look at each of these, and I'm sure we've all read through and looked at the notes. I'd actually like to add a year to the determination to make those 3 years, because I know the troubling times we're in right now and the uniqueness of independent study. We have our challenges. So I know that firsthand in operating our schools, what it's like to run the independent study and continue to hit those benchmarks. And so I think in these times that we're in right now, I'd like to make a motion that it be a 3-year determination for these schools.
So at this time, Cameron made a motion to approve, but add an additional year onto these funding determinations. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a second on that?
I can second.
Okay, so we have a second on the motion to approve the funding determinations, but adding an additional year onto those. Stephanie McFarland, I just have a question with that motion. Is that legal? I mean, or is that just inconsistent with what we have been doing in the past?
Well, it would be inconsistent with what we have done in the past. I don't think it's illegal, but I'm not the attorney, and I don't know that our CD attorney is online. I would not support the motion. If we had thought about 3 years, we may have gone in and asked more questions during our research and our review of all of the applications that came in. I feel like for mitigating circumstances, For mitigating circumstances, I think it's a bit much to give 3 years. I understand the reality we are in now. That's one of the reasons why we have mitigating circumstances, so schools can feel comfortable moving forward. We often recommend approval for mitigating circumstances just for times like these, because we know schools will be possibly hurt in the process. So it is not something I would feel comfortable moving forward with or approving, because we just have not had the opportunity to go back and take another look at all of these applications that have come in. We look at them with the eye of 2 years and being able to, in 2 years, have them come back to determine that they no longer need the mitigating circumstances. It's like a one chance thing. You didn't make the criteria for a clear review or renewal, and we're looking at your circumstances and giving you a chance to say, okay, come back in 2 years and show us that you can meet the criteria. I think 3 years right now without going back and looking at these again is a bit long. At this moment, I'm not moving forward. We can have discussions about this, but at this moment, I'm not supportive of the motion.
At this time, I feel that if it was item number 1, adding additional time might be something to consider. But for schools with mitigated circumstances, I'm in agreement with Stephanie at this time. Is there any other discussion about this motion? Okay. And no other discussion? Then let's go ahead and we can go ahead and vote on this motion at this time. And with the if this, Stephanie, with this motion, can we, if this doesn't go through, can somebody make another motion to approve these with the original CD's request? Okay, perfect. Then let's go ahead. We can go ahead and vote on this motion and then move forward and see where it goes from there. At this time, I'll just go in reverse order. I'm going to vote no on the motion, with the understanding that I would like to approve them for what CDE recommended. Stephanie.
So I'm voting no on the motion.
Correct.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Mike Walsh.
Voting no on the motion.
Gail.
No.
Esau Berman.
No.
Erica Jones.
No.
Cameron Curry.
Well, of course, yes.
Brett Wamsley.
I guess since I seconded it, yes.
Okay. It's looks like it's a 6-2 vote at this time, so that motion does not pass. And as I said before, would somebody like to entertain?
I move approval of staff's recommendation for the funding determination.
Gail Garbalina moves forward with staff's recommendation for the funding determination for item number 2. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you very much. Mike Walsh seconds. Is there any discussion regarding this item? Okay, let's go ahead and move forward with the vote, and we'll go in opposite order again. I vote yes. Stephanie McFarland?
Yes.
Mike Walsh?
Yes.
Gail Garbalina Mojica?
Yes.
Esau Berman?
Yes.
Erica Jones?
Yes.
Cameron Curry?
Yes.
Brett Wamsley?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And so that is moving forward with a 8-0 vote. Now, at this time, we've finished the items. I need to announce that anyone wishing to make general public comment may call in at this time. You will need, and what we'll do is we're going to actually take about a 5-minute break for people to call in to get in line for public comment. And then after those 5 minutes, we'll hear from each speaker for 1 minute, and then we'll adjourn the meeting. Okay? And that 5 minutes will begin right now.
Wes, it's Stephanie. I just wanted to say that manning our phone and email today is Shauna Rodriguez. She came into the building to do that, and Jonathan is not here today. So I just wanted to give a thanks to Shauna for coming in and helping us.
All right. Thank you, Shauna. We appreciate that. We appreciate that very much. And we appreciate CD putting this together in 3 weeks. What an amazing accomplishment. So, outstanding. Hey, welcome back. At this time, has the CDE received any emails or is anybody on the phone for public comment?
No, we have not.
Okay, thank you very much. At this time, we will adjourn the meeting. And just want to thank the CDE for putting this together. I thought it went very smoothly. And we want to thank all the commissioners for joining us. And have a wonderful and safe Easter week. And we will see you again I think the next meeting will be in the first week of June. So thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Wes.
Thank you.
Thank you.